What up, Bucs fans? We are back. This is Real Bucs Talk. Michael Pless here with Mark Ramirez. And we have some news that we all expected as the Buccaneers have fired offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich. Yeah, there it is. But this is something we all saw coming, and Pewter Report did a great job of breaking this story Monday night after the game. They talked about how this was going to happen, and it did. And we can get into it here. Let me switch screens. But Mark, I'll let you take it away. What's your thoughts of this move?
This is something that's been a long time coming. A lot of people are trying to say, how are you going to cut this guy? Or how are you going to fire this guy after he won you a Super Bowl? How, oh, it's just 1 year removed from losing a B and Gronk. It's not his fault, blah, blah, blah. This is total farce. I mean, this is just not watching the games then because multiple times throughout the past 3 years, we'd see the balls like just not move at all. You'd have halves where you wouldn't score a point. And then you'd see Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Gronk, AB all just play better than the other team because that's what they are. And the players would overcome the deficiencies that were the coaching staff on the offensive side. Defense would keep in games. The offense just couldn't win you the games. Proof's in the pudding. The offense couldn't do jack squat this year, especially laughing stock at home in a playoff loss. We didn't score at halftime. Allah, I just said it. Didn't score at half. And you get embarrassed. So you can't have that and go into next season with that. I think
Right.
the reason Todd Bowles didn't do it at the midway point or at the bye week was just because it wasn't necessarily his baby. You can't just fire a coach midway through season without having any understanding where he was going to go eventually because he was just handed the job. So some people are getting mad at Byron Leftwich or Todd Bowles. I'm not really that mad at him right now. It's more what decision does he make moving forward. But right now, it's on Leftwich. He's getting what he deserves. He's getting the and it's not like we're laughing at it. It is funny, to be honest, that Vince McMahon saying it, but a guy who's doing his job isn't funny. But this is a production business. I mean, this isn't show friends, it's show business, right? He's not
Yeah.
producing, so this is what happens. Plus, take
Right,
it away.
right, absolutely. And as Rick Stroud points there, they fire Leftwich, but that's not the only change. They're going to make multiple changes to this coaching staff, and Todd Bowles wants to get his guys in there that he thinks can make this offense better. And like you said, it's going to be on Todd Bowles now to make the right decisions. Especially going into his second year where he knows he has to win and it's going to have to be productive if he wants to keep his job going forward past this season. But you see it there, 89 regular season and a wild card loss is just not going to cut it for the expectations that this team has. But let's look at the offensive numbers, under Leftwich, and you see a lot of good things, and that's a pointed sign to the talent that was on this offense with the skill players and positions that we had accumulated. But the drop off this season just massive. Like you don't go from 30 points a game and then you drop all the way down to 18.4 points. It's just not good. And, Mark, you can touch on this more, but we knew there was going to be changes to the personnel. Obviously, with the loss of Ali Marpet, you lose Ryan Jensen early. A good offense coordinator would understand that and learn how to adjust and adapt. And that just never took place.
And that's huge. I mean, that's telling of a coach. You lose players. I mean, Todd Bowles says it all the time. You're going to get guys in, you're going to lose guys. It's always a fluctuation of the team. It's never just the same team every year. And guess what? As an offensive coordinator, you have your offense to control. You have to change things a little bit every year to be successful. Those first 3 years you see him there, he he had a glutton of weapons to his disposal. He had to actually think and use his personnel the proper way. He just couldn't do it. It was too predictable. You saw the runs on first down. You saw when Kokeef was in the backfield, it's going to be a run. It was way too predictable. It happened over and over again. And that wasn't just this year. Last year, the year before, even the Super Bowl year, it was craziness sometimes. And then the lack of doing play action and the laughable quotes of saying, "Oh, analytics is that's for fancy football stuff. We're looking for scoring points." You got to use that as a tool to help you score more points. You can't be that blind and dumb to say that that's fancy football crap. And it's being shown all throughout the league that people are using this to their advantage. he's a dinosaur, to be honest. They used to use that with BA.
Mhm.
I don't think necessarily think it was BA. Maybe it truly was Leftwich this whole time, just not adapting and literally pretty much dying out right now.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, we've heard. I think it was Dan Orlovsky who talked about him being archaic, and yeah, I mean that's could be true because with the play design and how you're running an offense and how you're sequencing your plays, it was definitely something that is not of today's NFL age, and it needs an update. It needs a facelift. It needs a modern guy in there, and we'll discuss that in another video about potential replacements, but I mean, now it's up to Todd Bowles. He obviously makes this move. I think it's the right move. I think we all agree on that. It was the move that had to be made because as we showed the numbers there, it was just not good enough. And as we proceed forward, hopefully they can find the right guy. But yeah, I mean, there you have it. Byron Leftwich fired as Buccaneers offensive coordinator, and there's going to be there's going
Almost
to be
Christmas.
a lot more to come. So with that said, guys, give us your thoughts on who you think should be the next Bucks offensive coordinator. Who do you like as potential candidates or potential hirings? We'll have a video to discuss it, but just leave your thoughts on Byron Leftwich in this news. And with that said, until the next one.